It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Celebrate good times. Come on. I am the right guesser of the mole. Come on.
Well, congratulations, Ben. You cracked the case.
I am a genius. I am God.
Yes, Daddy.
I am omniscient. I know all. And I am the GOAT when it comes to mole guessing. Thank you, everyone.
From day one.
From day one,
minute
one,
second one, millisecond one.
And I stuck with it the whole way. Never, ever did I waver.
Never faltered. Never considered anyone else.
That's right. Not even once.
You wouldn't even say other names. You'd say that guy, that lady, that individual.
Yep. That's right.
That's what happened.
Dirt to me. Ashley in the chat says, I am God. This is the reaction I was expecting. Yes.
Yes.
Praise be me.
So what was Michael's deal? That's what we need to know. I need some exit press.
Yeah. Well, either he's a fucking genius or he's smart and dumb at the same time. And let me elaborate here. Okay. So I think he took a very dangerous strategy. I think he knew who the mole was from that catering challenge night.
Yes.
And I think he just ran with it full speed ahead the entire way, all the way to the end. And good for him. That would have really fucked him up if it wasn't Sean. Like, he would have been out the next episode probably. The real question is, all of those challenges that he fucked up, was he sabotaging them on purpose? Or was he just genuinely a screw up?
Yeah, that is hard to tell, because I think that they wanted us to think that that the mole was between those two, so they wanted us to not know.
Yeah.
But we won't know until we hear from Michael, and I'm not sure if we have or not.
Yeah.
Yet.
If you're that confident that it's Sean that's the mole, sure, you should be raising suspicion on you the whole way out.
Yeah.
That's
because all we ever got was Michael being like, maybe I'm the mole. But we never got him being like, it would be a good time to, like, sabotage this. We ever got him being like, oops, I messed up, or like, I'm really confident.
Maybe
about
like
this.
once it happened, and
maybe
it. Yeah, but really we didn't. It's not like we were hearing it nonstop.
I hope he's just incompetent. It'd be really funny.
Yeah,
very like.
I don't even know if it all falls on him, because it really is the group in general that, like, I mean, when the money was drained down to zero, that wasn't him. That was Niche. Like, when, when the bomb went off, I do believe that they just genuinely couldn't hear because everybody was talking over each other. Like, I really do believe in some of these instances, it was a group effort to lose the money.
Yeah, but the bomb getting to that point and them not ever opening the clue was incompetent. There's just different things that are like.
But good on him for guessing it so quick and then sticking with his guns. Because you could easily, like, it's easy in this game to be swayed a different direction if somebody does something suspicious.
Yeah.
But he stuck with it, and good for him.
Yeah, and
just like me.
Just like you, Ben.
I stuck with it.
Do you know what year Sean graduated high school? Because, like, those are the... I was looking at some of the questions on the quiz, and they were like, when did the mole graduate university? When did the mole... I'm like, what? Like, these are the quiz... These are the 20 quiz
This is why he won over Muna?
Yeah, you have to, like, guess. You have to, like... And it's...
What year do you think Sean graduated? I'm going to guess 2004.
Well, did he, or did he go right to the academy? Who knows?
He might have went right to the academy.
Question.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something the mole would say.
That they graduated, but they didn't. Who knows?
It's funny that there's this other element to the game that isn't really addressed at all in the show, that, like, you need to, like, if you think you know the mole, then you need to, like, ask them questions about their personal life and be like, when did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I'd be like, is that your natural hair color? Because they're asking me what color your hair is, and I don't know if they're asking me natural or not, and I think you're the mole. So I just want to be sure.
Yeah.
Just to be clear about this.
If we could get a half hour later so I can ask you some questions, take down some notes.
Yeah.
I think you're the mole, and I'd like to get some more information about
What's your social? I'm just wondering if that's going to pop up on the quiz or not. Mother's maiden name.
Yeah, mother's maiden name. What was your
street?
First pet?
What street did you grow up on?
Childhood pet.
Yeah, what town were you born in? I just want to go through all of this. So
your father's name.
Yeah.
And could I get a DNA sample? I'm going to send this into ancestry.com.
They might ask for it. Oh, listener Maria, sorry for doubting y'all. Apology
accepted.
Apology accepted.
I mean, we could not.
Yeah.
Fine.
I just don't get why
we are petty. We are very
should
petty.
just be worshipped and accepted. You know, people should just trust us.
Yeah.
We're always right. When have we ever gotten anything wrong before?
Wow. I like that.
This is reality alert, an alert to reality. We're alerting the masses of
nothing
the true
has ever
reality of the
sounded
world.
so good to my ears than what you just said.
Thank you.
Like that really hits a spot for me. That's like,
yeah,
this is who I am. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes. But should we just start talking about things?
Sure.
I'm not even talking about like this episode, just like things.
Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah.
What's the weather like out there?
Really nice. You know, I live in California. Yeah. How's the weather over there?
It's pretty nice. It's finally cooling down a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, it was over 100 this weekend.
Wow.
I know.
Crazy. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about the mole. All right. So Hannah returns to the group. She kept the money. Boring.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm not really into that.
Boo tomato, boo tomato, boo tomato, boo tomato.
Just
thought you were a gamer, Hannah.
Yeah.
What's going on, Hannah?
Also, you should use both exemptions. I mean, you should get the exemption. It's not smart.
Look what happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she wasn't out this round, but she eventually was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Deanna even says she doesn't know if she would have had the willpower. You know, even Deanna thinks she would have taken the exemption.
Yeah, that's when you know you screwed up.
Yeah, that's when you know you fucked up.
Because Deanna's a team player all the way.
Yes. I mean, Ryan says Hannah not taking the exemption might mean she's the mole because otherwise that is so dumb. Wow. Shade. Let's get to the quiz. Ryan is stunned by Hannah not taking the exemption. I think that throws her off. Yeah. Deanna is focused on Muna and says she has been the whole time, but she is splitting her votes with Ryan too because of the whole Big Ben statue thing. So clearly Deanna just doesn't have her pulse on this whole mole thing.
No. Mm-mm. The second that I saw this going through, the first time I watched it, and the second I noticed that Sean was not mentioned at all in anybody's suspicions, I was like, okay, here's the line. If Sean doesn't go home on this episode, he is the mole.
Yeah.
For a fact, he's the mole.
Hannah talks about not trusting Muna anymore because of the whole key thing. And I'm like, so not even Michael is being considered in these, like the two people who would most obviously be the mole? Not
well, and I think Hannah must have spread her answers between Muna and Michael, I think. And that's why she stayed this round.
Yeah.
That's my guess. But really, people have stopped suspecting Sean at this point, which is really interesting.
Well, at least these three.
Yes.
Were the three that we saw.
Not Michael, obviously.
Not Michael.
Michael was full speed ahead on Sean.
And we didn't see Muna. So I think that they're just trying to like hide it for this elimination.
Yes.
So Ryan and Deanna go home. I guess, Deanna can handle cat investigations, but, don't fuck with moles, Deanna. Don't fuck with moles.
That's right.
stick to web sleuthing. Don't leave your house.
Good advice for everybody. Really,
for everybody. Don't leave your house.
Don't leave your house. It's scary out there.
Don't do it.
It's really scary.
Don't do it. It's hot out there. The group goes out to eat, and everybody talks about why they need the money.
Boring.
That's all I have to say about that.
One of these days on a reality show, I just want someone to, come on here and be like, I just want a pool. I want a big pool.
Lee did do that.
Wait, where?
On Circle season 2, he lied to everybody else.
Oh yeah, Lee did. Yes,
did that.
Right.
Yes,
I love.
He specifically said, "I want a pool." It was amazing.
Yeah. See, why can't more people just do that?
I know.
Why can't more people just be like, "Look, I'll be honest. I really want to go to Disney Paris."
Okay? Yeah, I respect that. They just multiple times as I said, have everybody explain why they need the money. I'm like, we got it the first time. We're trying to enjoy a fun show. I don't need these stories. It doesn't enhance it.
Yes. Just
aren't our own lives sad enough? Do we need can't we just escape into reality TV?
I know.
Why do we need these fucking moments? Can't we have fun?
Why can't someone just come on there and say, I just want cocaine? Like
cocaine. Fun. Fun. Do you know what's not fun? Sad reasons. People's personal lives and debt. It's not. No, it's not fun.
It's not fun. Going to a dentist and saying, "I have $50,000. Can I buy one of your nitrous tanks, please?"
Fun.
That's fun. Okay.
That's why, you know what? Only rich people should be cast on these shows because then we wouldn't have any of these problems.
Yes. Let's just do that from now.
Only rich people.
I'm tired of the sob stories.
Yeah, I'm tired of these poor people getting cast on these shows. rich people.
Stop giving money to the poor. Wait, we shouldn't be. We're going the wrong direction.
Yeah. Feed the rich.
We're definitely going to get comments now. Jesus Christ. People don't know what I think.
Yeah, people do not get jokes.
They do not get jokes, Max.
All right. Art heist. Hannah even asks Sean if he's the mole, and he says, hell yeah, in the car on the way to this heist. Why didn't she just listen?
I know.
Said, hell yeah.
Nobody listened.
He said he's the mole.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. That's just like what undercover cops do. Are you an undercover cop? Hell yeah.
So they have to figure out the 2 real pieces of art without setting up the security system. Each time they dropped an artifact, they lose 2,000. If they trigger the lasers 3 times, they lose.
I love lasers.
Yeah.
Can we just do a throwback real quick to Greg's awesome time with the lasers?
Oh, Greg,
can you indulge me?
What's running through my mind is gymnastics since I was 12, then dance, then yoga, then Pilates. This is my moment.
Slow and easy, Greg.
First laser, chair pose.
Go. Now. Yes.
That a boy. Second laser, get on the ground, chaturanga, with a little bit of cobra to see what's going on in front of me. Third laser, suck it in like it's bathing suit season at the Jersey Shore.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
I see. We didn't have the comic relief this season.
I know that is too bad. Yeah, our chat misses Greg too. He was the best.
I love lasers.
I was so glad they brought the lasers back. Immediately,
Yeah.
notes. I was like, "Cue sound bites." Get them.
Yes.
So the first step, Hannah quickly realizes that the monkey stamps will help them decipher the real art pieces. No, hard for the mole to really do anything. I do feel like Sean was trying to talk over her though. He was being like, "Oh, so what's going on? What?"
I mean, the second that Michael was the one suggested to be the one up there, I don't think Sean really had to do that much. That was really stupid.
From when he nominated himself, I was like, is he the mole? I mean, this is such a bad idea.
Because, I mean, he's gonna win this game, and yet he's taking money away from his own pot at this point. Like, what are you doing?
That's when I was like, is he this game really confused me.
Yeah.
Because everybody was sabotaging, but Michael, it was like so blatant, but he wasn't like.
Yeah. Hannah was really the only one that was not purposely sabotaging. I did love what Sean did of trying to call out Muna and be like, that was so obvious. Like, you are so the mole. That, I mean, I think it worked.
But then Hannah, she was like, I was right next to her and I know that she did it, but I don't think anybody else noticed. And like, that was weird.
Yeah.
But then like, why would Michael nominate himself? Why would you put the biggest person to be pulled up by pulleys? It doesn't make sense.
It's crazy.
And then I like how Muna agrees to it because she wants to know if he's the mole.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you the mole? This one was so weird.
It's like that DJ Khaled quote or whatever he says, where you played yourself.
Yes.
You played like it feels like they all overplayed their hands and it screwed them. Like, because they were all trying to be sus to try and get to the final round to throw people off.
Yeah. It's like Michael does realize the monkey stamp thing and he gets one artifact and then it just ramps very fast. You know, he does the thing where he like puts it in between his feet and fucks
that was
up.
Ridiculous.
And I'm like, was it intentional? I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been. But
are we sure there weren't two
do it on that last challenge where you need the money bad? Like, you could get potentially another 50 grand out of this thing. Like, why would you do it?
Are we sure there weren't just two moles? Like it wasn't a secret mole. Like, are we sure
Okay, at this point, I was thinking, like, I was saying to Amy, I was like, what if the big twist this season is that there's two? Like, that would be crazy. And then Muna wins like automatically or something. That would be insane.
Yes. Oh, Jordan Brown. Hey, Jordan. Long time no see. Jordan says Sean and Michael were playing the exact same game. Guaranteed one was a bad mole and the other one a player who hates money.
Everyone hates money here, including me.
That's what tied them all together. They hate money.
It's crazy.
It just doesn't make sense.
It makes sense if you're sabotaging like up until the last two challenges or something, but like at a certain point, you got to get money in that pot.
Yeah.
You know, like I appreciate if you're sabotaging to try and get out other good players, you know, but at a certain point, you want to have money to win at the end.
Yeah. I mean, the third artifact that Michael drops too is like, he like drops in like the fakest, clumsiest way too, where it looks like that, you know, he's like, ooh, like,
yeah, he Mr. Beans it. Basically.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, why though? I guess you really worried everybody knows it's Sean.
Do you like my Mr. Bean?
I did. Is Roland in the building right now?
That's pretty good, right?
Pretty good. Let's get to the quiz. I can't believe what Hannah says here. She says, at this phase, you need to narrow it down to your top suspect. But she can't. So she's splitting it between Muna and Michael. But he thinks it's Muna.
What happened to where Sean got off everybody's radar? Do you think Sean calling out Muna during that challenge helped to push Hannah out?
I think it did, but Hannah says that she thought that it was Muna based on. I think Muna also did something herself. I think there were multiple things going on.
There was also that temple challenge too, where she grabbed the key and Hannah was suspicious of her there. So I think there's been a looming suspicion from that as well. But Sean is just so sus. How do you not?
I also don't get Muna over Michael, but I guess maybe Michael, they thought he was just like being too obvious. We don't know what it was like to be there. But just the strategy overall of splitting at the second to last quiz, when you know that that's a bad strategy, maybe she's just not a good test taker. Maybe she's not a good test taker.
That might be it. I was the same way in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't a good test taker either.
I always asked teachers if I could do essays instead of.
Can I have a couple extra minutes, please?
Yeah,
If I get a couple extra minutes.
I did not like tests at all.
No. Sean, it doesn't really matter what he says, but he thinks it's Muna or Michael, but he votes for Michael as the mole. Michael thinks it's Sean or Muna, but his gut is telling him Sean. Muna says she's been going back or forth between Sean and Michael, but after last mission, Michael has become her top suspect. But I think that what's happening here is like Michael's voting for Sean, so he's right. Sean's votes don't really matter. And Muna isn't splitting, and she's between Sean and Michael, so that's better. And she's voting for a man, which I think
for those quiz questions.
For the quiz questions are going to be trending better. Whereas Hannah is splitting her votes between a man and a woman, which is going to fuck up the quiz more.
Yep.
So she's eliminated. She really fucked up.
She really had main character energy. It's crazy. I thought
She
she was
also,
going to the end. She had the same edit as Avery from season 1, didn't she?
Yeah. I also think that like it's interesting strategy to be like, I'm not suspicious at all, because then people trust you and you do get the chance to like go play games to earn money for the pot or whatever. But by not making yourself suspicious, it kind of just like gives everybody else a chance to knock you off their list. I really think it's better just to like be suspicious to everyone.
That's what's crazy about it, is like it's a catch-22. If you're not the mole, you're just like trying to add money to the pot, but you're also trying to be suspicious. So you have to pick your battles, basically.
There's enough chances to win eliminations to win advantages throughout the game without needing to earn everybody's trust.
Yep.
Like if the Sean thing had worked, like Sean wasn't trustworthy and he still got to like go up front to like potentially win people exemptions. You know what I'm talking about? I just don't think Hannah's strategy benefited.
Sean was also blessed with the cast like this that just hated money so much.
Yeah.
Like Niche literally drained 60 grand from the pot. Like what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We get into the final episodes. Here are the mole theories going into the final episode. Muna says on paper, Michael looks like the most obvious mole, but she wonders if a player would be willing to lose that much money. I think that's really the sticking point. Apparently, yes.
Yep.
She says Sean is difficult to read. Like sometimes he's bad at lying at the fortune cookies, and sometimes he's good. Q coming back, like when Q coming back, he's lying. So I think that like that kind of lying and acting like that is mole-ish behavior.
Very mole-ish behavior. It shows that he can turn it on and off just like that.
Yeah. Michael says his gut is telling him Sean is the mole. He lied about being an undercover cop. He sabotaged, but he could just trying to be suspicious as a player. He also thinks Muna could be the mole, but it's obvious, you know what you said. He's known Sean is the mole.
Yeah.
We don't really need to go over who Sean thinks the mole is at this point.
No.
As you only do.
I mean,
he does say, though, that Sean's theory presented to us is that Michael is the mole because he's been involved in every mission failure. And I'm like, well, he has been. Yeah. That is suspicious.
Very
suspicious. A lot like the mole last season. Let's get to the minefield. I like how they don't even go through the minefield. They're just on like the road. Well, I guess they can't go into the real minefield, you know?
That would be cool if they did.
That would be cool. It should have been real.
Really sick. Yeah.
Yes. So going into this, Muna decides she wants to go last because she wants to make sure that the money is earned. And Sean in confessional tells us he's happy about this because he knows Muna isn't the mole and Michael is. Well, he knows that he's the mole. So he says there's a good chance the money will be earned. He says this gives him a chance to sabotage the first zone to throw Muna off because he doesn't think she knows that Michael is the mole. But really that he's the mole.
Yes.
I guess this is what you've been saying the whole time. That's very mole-ish to be like, oh, I'm going to do a little sabotage to throw people off. You know?
That's all post-game edit stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I see it as the mole did something obvious. The mole obviously screwed up in some way, or just didn't care at a certain point that it was obvious. But then the editors wanted to explain it through the edit, and that's what we got from it.
I think it's very post game I think it's very end game mole behavior to be like, okay, I'm going to sabotage like the smallest amount of money, but let them add more money to the pot at this point because like the pot is pretty small as far as like money goes, actually. Kind of. Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
So zone 1, we get to this thing where Sean just at the end steps off and fucks it up. I thought it was interesting that for this, Muna says Sean's track record is a 50-50 split. I don't know how accurate that is, but I kind of believe her. She's probably gone through it. So
yeah, I mean, for what she can understand, because there were some challenges where he wasn't in the same group as her.
Yeah.
So you can't really fully understand.
Yeah, but what she's perceived.
Yes.
Whereas Michael's track record is 100% failure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which isn't even true, but yeah. Michael.
But it is probably like 80%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he won. That's so funny.
Yep.
Michael, when he gets to the final step, they're actually both telling him to go diagonal left, but he tells them it's diagonal right. And even in the confessional, he said he thought it was diagonal right. And he seems very convinced that it's diagonal right. And he just steps the wrong way.
Yeah, see, this is why we keep scratching our heads at this guy, is because it's like this. If he had sabotaged, it's like, okay, this might be a good place to sabotage. It's right before the final vote. This increases your chances of being the correct person to win the money. But I think he just genuinely screwed up. And that's where we leave ourselves asking with every challenge. Did Michael just genuinely screw up?
He's got to be the mole. I'm convinced Michael's
You're
the mole,
still
guys.
Convinced.
He's the mole.
Even now, he was the secret.
Maybe that's something the mole would say.
He's the mole.
There's always one obvious mole and one secret mole.
Yeah.
And you, even after the show is done, you still don't know who the secret mole is.
Q is still the mole, guys. It's got to be Q.
Dude, what if? My God.
Yeah. Muna, she does it perfectly. But at one point, Sean tells her the wrong thing, telling her to take a diagonal right. And that's when she knows that Sean is the mole. That's when she declares it. She knows.
Yep.
Yep.
She nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep. But Michael knew how many episodes before?
Yeah. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
But he has the advantage of being Michael, of being the other mole. If you're the other mole, it's probably easier to know who the other mole is. You know what I'm talking about?
You can sniff another mole out easily.
Get to the quiz. Sean thinks Michael's the mole, guys, so he knows who the other mole is. Muna says her mind is racing and says a small part of her thinks Michael could be the mole, but she thinks Sean is the mole because he did a great job at making himself seem non-threatening. Michael says Sean has to be the mole. He has seen Sean sabotage missions when nobody else has. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Blatant sabotage.
Yeah. The eliminated players come back. I actually didn't remember all of their names. Like I was like, the poker player. Oh, yeah, it's Melissa. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, the older guy. Oh, Andy. Well, he didn't get to talk.
He was your mole pick. You didn't remember him?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
He's the secret mole.
I know. Well, before Hannah comes back out, Tony wonders, she's not here. Is she the mole? I was like, she made out with you. She's not the fucking mole.
Would the mole have made out with me?
Is that mole-ish behavior?
Is that mole-ish behavior to make out with me?
He's also disappointed that she isn't in the top 3 to bring home the money to their happy family. She's like, I was hoping she's bring 3 to bring home the money to me because we're going to be together forever.
Yeah. I was surprised he didn't propose. Why didn't he pull like a Swaggy?
I love that shit.
Right,
I know. Yeah. Bring Swaggy C. Hey, that worked out. They're still together. Swaggy C and Bailey.
That's what
Come
I'm saying.
on.
If you propose there, it's gonna work out forever.
Always
Boston Rob
works.
and Amber, it worked for them.
It always works.
It always works, literally all the time.
Q still has no idea who the mole is. Just because he's the mole, he's playing it off.
Yeah, that's true.
Alyssa
Oh,
Marie
this is
says
a good
if
point.
they're
Yeah.
together forever, they can't do perfect match. Well, they'll probably fake a breakup. That's what people do on Perfect Match.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's-
true. You can be in a relationship. Vanessa was practically engaged when she was on the Perfect Match.
Oh, Francesca.
yeah, Francesca.
Freudian slip. We're all just hoping Vanessa from
Now I want
uh,
Vanessa so
Your
bad.
Love will come on. Please.
Please.
Mole reveal. Sean is the mole. He says it feels good to be unmasked. They receive him warmly. We love cops. We
love cops. Oink, oink, oink.
Yes.
Oink,
No,
oink.
we don't
oink.
just love cops. We love undercover narcs. That's who we love.
You think catering brought a bunch of donuts that day?
Yes.
Yeah,
The whole
that's cool.
thing.
Crafty just had tons of donuts.
Oh, apparently Hannah said on IG they're just friends now. Yes, just friends. Trying to
Okay.
get that perfect match casting.
Perfect
It's probably
match.
going on
Here
right now.
we come. Let's
Yes.
go.
Don't they shoot during the summer? Isn't shooting probably happening soon?
Maybe. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because I think that it was like a year it was like this season of Perfect Match shot like a year before or something crazy.
Can we say the rumors of who from this cast is on the challenge Netflix
Battle
show?
Camp?
Battle
Yeah.
Camp?
Yeah,
So-
sure. Let's say it.
Yeah, Tony is supposedly on that show.
Yeah, on Battle Camp, the Netflix challenge show.
So that'll be fun to see him
Yes.
on there. Yeah.
We talked. So Michael wins. Just 2 questions separated them. What were those questions? We'll never know. It could have been so arbitrary.
What is your
Like-
favorite? What is the mole's favorite color?
What is the mole's toothbrush brand?
Yes. Extra credit points for toothpaste. brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
They talked to Sean. It turns out he intentionally sucked at that slingshot, and Q didn't intentionally suck, but just sucked at the slingshot, so that helped Sean out.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. That threw us off too. We
Those
were like,
slingshots looked tough. I don't know. They
Well,
looked
they are
difficult to
tough.
use. Yeah.
Sean, even if he had tried, probably would have sucked at them. We've been over this.
I think so too. Yeah.
Sean just kept cutting knots and was putting knots in and was putting cuts in the raft challenge. He was impressed by everyone's resilience. Yeah, we noticed this, that when they were like, we should cut this, and he was just whack. It
Yeah.
was kind of obvious.
Let's make it shorter. Why?
why, and he didn't even ask why. He just cut it. You know,
got it.
yeah.
Thanks for the great suggestion.
Yes.
I will
Apparently,
do
he is
that.
not afraid of heights. That was kind of people were kind of onto that though, because he kind of just went right down the thing once he went over it very
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And for the challenge, he also was just yelling out a bunch of bullshit and numbers.
Yep.
He says his best move as mole was switching the pictures at the gala mission. Apparently, it was because everybody didn't know about that besides Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good.
He talks about convincing people to switch up the trucks. He says that when he put it out into the air, that he would go for the exemption during the auction. He knew that somebody would drain the pot. I mean, I think that would have happened anyway. So during the auction, he goes just so you guys know, I'm going to go for the exemption. I mean, it would have happened whether the mole said, I'm going to go for the exemption anyway.
Probably, but it helps. It's a helpful push.
It
right?
helps.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a good move, but I do think that
Niche was desperate.
somebody was going to do it.
I don't think Niche had a clue who the mole was. I
No.
think he was desperate for that exemption.
Dude, I would have done it. I would have done it too, even if I knew who the mole was.
just to get through another round.
Because you don't really know who the mole is.
Michael did.
Yeah. You can't be 100% sure with that many
Yeah.
people left.
I don't think that we're gonna have any future mole seasons where someone realizes it this early and then steamrolls their way to the end with
Yeah.
it. Like
Because-
this strategy is not necessarily a good strategy. But Michael did really benefit from seeing the sabotage happen right in front of him.
Yeah.
And it cleared the way for his win.
But also look how arbitrary the quiz questions can be. It's I want that exemption. What if I got fucked over by not knowing,
That's true.
where the mole gets his or her haircut? That's important.
Yeah. Yep.
Super
Crazy.
cuts or sports cuts? I don't know.
It's definitely sports cuts.
Definitely sports cuts.
Pig cuts.
Yeah.
He gets his haircut at Dunkin' Donuts, right? No way.
Complimentary. He intentionally pulled a rope to knock Michael into an artifact, and he stepped on the wrong step to set off a bomb. We knew that stuff. So good job, Mole. But not as good as Michael. Michael was the better mole. Michael really was the MVP. He won and he was the mole.
Mole VP.
Mole VP. You lost the most money and you won the most money. Wow.
Honestly, I honestly a good winner in my opinion. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. It was really fun.
I liked being befuddled and still am.
Yeah. It was good. I thought it was better than the first season, to be honest.
It definitely was. They definitely figured a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even I was like still hard on the Sean train, but I was still like, second guessing the entire time just because Michael was Michael.
Yes, true wild card.
Very much so. It really it really does put into perspective, though, for future seasons of like, it makes me wonder if future cast members are going to try harder and harder to be suspicious and be sabotaging more challenges than what they have in the previous seasons.
Probably. I hope things ramp up. And I hope they do a thing where the mole gets eliminated, comes back, and it's still the mole. I hope they do
that. Would be amazing. Or the 2 mole twist that there was actually 2.
Why not 8 moles? Yeah. Everybody is a mole but one person. And they don't
I guess if you do 2 or 3 moles, then all of a sudden it's like just the traitors, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but it's popular, so let's do it.
But the moles, they don't know that there's other moles, okay?
Hey, that's cool. That would be fun. You could only get away with that for 1 season, though.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be into it. I would. Yeah.
Why don't we just go zany? Who cares?
Why not?
What's the worst that could happen? All Moles is a real show on Nebula, The Getaway. Okay. Nebula is like that kind of like, it's like Patreon YouTube, right?
Oh, yes.
They have that cool show. It's like, what's it called? Airplanes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
There's the, basically they're like these friends and they kind of play a game where they'll fly across the United States and they have like 100 hours to capture as many as many states as they want to. Oh, it's called Jet Lag. It's really fun. It's really, I've only watched the premiere either. Jordan has too. It's cool. It's like playing like a real game of Risk. But so like, it's kind of like The Amazing Race, but like they draw cards and to capture each state, you have to like, take attack, like go to like 3 Spirit of Halloweens in like this one state, and then you capture it. And so they have a certain amount of time to do stuff. Yeah. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's really cool. It's they have like some episodes on YouTube and some episodes on Nebula, but it's cool to check out. Yeah.
See, that's one of those great realities sort of things where it's like, oh, I want to play it even more than I want to watch it.
Yeah. I was watching. I was like, this would be so sick, just very expensive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. But that does sound really fun. I'm actually gonna look into that.
Yeah, Jet Lag.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. They've done it in like a few different countries now. They have different seasons and stuff. Cool. I think they have some full seasons on YouTube at this point. Yeah,
nice.
Cool.
Definitely gonna check that out.
Well, this has been a fun season of The Mole.
Super fun.
We will be covering Too Hot to Handle season. Is it season 6? I think it's season 6 or season 6, whatever. Yeah. The next season coming out this weekend. We'll be back next week to start recapping the episodes that are coming out. So get excited for that. Our first season of Too Hot to Handle, better late than never. And then over on the Patreon, patreon.com/reality alert, we're recapping The Ultimatum South Africa. We just recapped episodes 1 and 2, and in the following weeks, we're recapping the rest of the season. Starts only $5 a month. The Patreon includes other content such as The Mole Season 1, Love is Blind Season 1, The Circle Season 1, Love is Blind Sweden, and a bunch of other great content. Only $5 a month, folks, and you support the podcast. So why wouldn't you want to do that?
That's right.
Why wouldn't you?
You'd be a fool.
A
Not.
fool.
Only a fool would turn down this.
Yeah, you'd be silly. And you get to join our Discord community, which is very fun. We like to chat, talk about stuff. It's a good time.
We goss.
We goss. We dish.
Goss, we dish.
Yeah,
We serve.
it's sick. Okay.
Okay.
See everybody soon.
Bye.
Bye. It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
I love lasers.